Happy Thursday, everybody. This is Natalie from sportsbookreview.com, returning every single day with Joao from mgtennistipster.com, delivering his free and winning picks. Obviously, so some of you may be new to our channel, and so we're seeing Joao for the first time. Others have been with us for years and recognize both of our faces. Joao, thanks for being here. How do you feel you're doing?
Yeah, it's been a good tournament so far, despite some upsets. Have been doing to stay away from those. It's still a long way to go until the end of the tournament. The third round starts tomorrow, so a lot of matches to be played.
That's true. That's true. But you are doing very, very well, Joao. I'm going to quickly show our viewers. We keep track of all Joao's picks. We haven't done today's picks. So he has got 11 wins, 5 losses, a profit of 3 units. You are an accuracy of 68.8% and a return on investment, an ROI of 118.5% there. Very, very good indeed. And I know we talk about this. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. But so far, good job, Joao.
Yeah, it's been a good start of tournament. But I like always to focus on the marathon.
Yeah, you're very modest, but listen, let's kick off. Let's start off with this women's side. Any notable upsets that we should be aware of?
Well, to at this moment, was playing Karolina Pliskova. She was involved in a tough match, but I think she'll move through. Yeah, she's winning. Not any major upset. Also, the only one that might happen for me, it will be a major upset, because I thought that this player could do very well in Roland Garros is Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. Although she's always very inconsistent, but she has been raising the level in recent months. Was a player that I thought that could reach the latest stages on this event. She's currently 2-4 down on the third set against Shepeda from Paraguay. Not sure if she's going to make it, but that for me would be a big upset.
Yeah, it sure would. Okay, so what are the 2 value plays that you're looking at for day 6?
On the women's side?
Yes.
Okay, the first one is a pick that we have made throughout the entire tournament. Timea Bacsinszky is going to play against Ons Jabeur from Tunisia. As we mentioned today, Jabeur became the first Arab player to reach the third round of a Grand Slam event. It was a massive accomplishment, especially because she's a lucky loser. For those who don't know, lucky loser is a status that the players have when someone in the main draw retires before the tournament begins. They retire, for example, in the day before, or even 1 or 2 hours before entering on court. And so the tournament calls a player that lost the qualifying to replace them, and that's called a lucky loser. And she has that status because she lost in the last round of the qualifying. She's already in the third round. A great campaign, defeating Chibukova in the previous round. However, Bacsinszky is just superb throughout the tournament. 2 very good wins so far, and we think that she can do it once again in straight sets. So we'll go once again with Bacsinszky's minus 1.5 set handicap at 1.70 on Pinnacle.
Okay, Bacsinszky minus 1.5 cent handicap. Again, the tips will be put in the comment section after this video is done. What is the second play, Joao?
The second one we have for the women's side is the match that involves Samantha Stosur and Bethany Matek-Sands. Although Matek-Sands is currently outside the top 100, she's going to return to the top 100 after this tournament due to her appearance in the third round. And despite her low ranking, she's a very talented player, one of the best doubles players in the world. And I think that if Matek-Sands gave some more focus on her singles career, she could do much more. She is extremely talented, and playing on the big stages is something that really brings the best out of her. This is already the 7th time in her career that she reached the third round of a Grand Slam event. She can do well on these big stages, and although Stosur is the clear favorite here, a former French Open runner-up and a great player on this surface, I think that Matek-Sands can create some problems to the Australian. When looking at the over lines, we can find the over 20.5 at 1.90 on Pinnacle. I think that's a good line to take, since I think that Matek-Sands can make this quite close, losing in 2 close sets or even taking 1 set from the Australian.
Okay, good analysis, good odds there. Moving on to the men's side, 2 value plays that you have for our viewers today, Joao.
I will stick with the player that we picked in the previous round, Lucas Pouille from France. Apart from Gaël Monfils, He's probably the only French player who still has some chances of reaching the final rounds. There is still Pierre-Hugues Herbert and Richard Gasquet. Those two are playing at the moment, but I think that Puil and Monfils are at a higher level. And Puil played very well in the previous round against Thomas Bellucci, won in straight sets despite a slow start. And I think that his firepower might be too much for Ramos Guinoles. The Spaniard made a great clay court season, reached the final in Monte Carlo, was by far his best result on a Masters 1000 event. But I think that Puil has when looking at the two players, we see that Puil can reach a higher level. Although Ramos Vinolas keeps a very high consistent level, if both players perform at their best, Puil can reach a higher level. And I think that combined with the strong support from the crowds will be crucial for his success. And we can find him at 1.88 on Pinnacle is a pretty good price. And I think that Puil will get the job done.
Okay, so Peru there, 1.8. And then your second bet, please.
The other match that we have for tomorrow, the contest that involves Jiri Vesely from Czech Republic and Roberto Bautista Agut from Spain. Bautista Agut is a clear favorite to win, but I completely disagree with the current odds. Bautista Agut has been far from impressive on this tournament. Clay is also his worst surface. It's quite curious because the majority of the Spaniard players perform at their best on clay, but since Bautista Agut plays with a very flat ground strokes, especially the forehand, he does better on fast court conditions such as hard court or grass, and clay is definitely the surface. I don't call it his worst surface. I call it his less good. Let's say it, because he can do well here, but not as good as he does on other surfaces. And on the other hand, Vesely is a very tough opponent. He can play well on clay and on the big stages. We can't forget his victory against Novak Djokovic last year in Monte Carlo. He can be a very tough opponent on this surface, and I think that Vesely can give some problems to Bautista Agut here. When looking at the money line, we have Vesely at 3.35 on Pinnacle. It's a pretty high price, but although I find great value here, I'll just stick with the plus 2.5 set handicap at 1.49 on Pinnacle, because Vesely sometimes is not very strong mentally, and it wouldn't be surprising to see him losing in a close match, in 4 close sets or even 5, because that lack of mental strength can be fatal for him. It has been several times throughout his career, and personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable being on the money line on a player who I feel can collapse under pressure. So just the plus 2.5 set handicap.
All right, and those are low odds. It doesn't mean obviously that there's no value in that, but obviously maybe for people who like parlay betting, that would be a good option.
Yeah, for sure. I always prefer to play singles, but for those who prefer parlay, can be a good line to be combined with another bet.
All right, perfect stuff. That is Joao covering the day 6 of value plays. We'll be back tomorrow to predict day 7. He's in profit. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you tomorrow.